One other thing I just wanted to quickly go over was just your hook size selection. So kind of like we covered already on a Senko or the stick bait. Senko is the brand name. A lot of people just call them Senkos because it's this style. You're probably going to have a bigger hook, kind of like something you see there. Again, you don't want that kink there, but just for an example, if you end up wanting to use a smaller worm, there's a million different kinds of little rubber worms like this. Typically, they'll just call this a finesse worm, and they're usually coming 6 inches or 4.5 inches. These are good when the bass get a little finicky. I've probably caught more bass on 4.5-inch rubber worm like this than any other technique. Smaller waters, things like that, these will work real good. But you're not going to want to use a great big hook like this one, because again, it's just going to be too big. And if I have this rigged up in there like this, you can see it's taking up almost the whole worm and there's no action to it, and it's going to weigh it down. So that's when you're going to want to downsize to a smaller sized hook. I sent you a few from different sizes, and same thing for the rig. You know, you're just going to go in like that, loop it around, and come through the body like that. So that's your style. But you can see how this smaller hook, it's not covering the whole length of the body, so you get a lot more action when that thing falls. So that's just a quick tip on hook selection. One other thing to think of, the thickness of the hook. Some are real thick like this. That's for if you're fishing in, if you got real heavy line, big fish, because you got to really set the hook hard to get that big thick gauge wire hook. They make hooks that have a lot thinner gauge, and it'll be the same size. A thinner wire hook is going to go in the fish's mouth a lot easier. It's going to be lighter, and it's going to go in their fish's the mouth a lot easier. I would start out with probably lighter wire hooks. You're just going to get more hook sets, and then as you start fishing in heavier, thicker cover for bigger fish, you might go up to a thicker wire.